Hello, Anine. Ooh, just put a big fingerprint on my glasses. How are you doing today? How are you? Oh, there it is. Got my mirror. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's coming up for you today? Anything? How are you feeling after week 1 of mirror work? We did it. I am so proud of us. So today we start week 2. 21 days to heal your life with the matriarch and Louise. So today we are going to start with loving our inner child, part 1. How are you showing your self-love right now? I mean, outside of, this is huge, this is huge, doing the mirror work. The most beautiful way that you can show your self-love. I know that today when I woke up, just being honest, I was feeling very unsupported. There were things that were being reflected back to me that were taking me to a level energetically where, again, like I kind of just, I went down a rabbit hole of what do I not matter and I'm not supported and, just like F me, right? Like, when things like that show up in our experience, have you ever had that where things are showing up? And honestly, like I said, for me, things were showing up that it really depends on where I am energetically as to how I will take the things that are showing up. Like everything that shows up in our experience, we can take it 2 different ways. We can take it to mean something personally about us, or we can, understand that it has nothing to do with us and that it doesn't mean that we're not supported or loved. Does that make sense? So when like there was, again, some things that showed up and I created a whole story about how, oh, I'm not supported and I'm not, loved and like just, whatever, for me, I don't matter. And then because I have been creating new, we're creating new habits here, right? We're looking at where we go with these things. So instead of going completely out of control, I grabbed my journal, I grabbed my pen, and I started to journal about it. First, I started to just express the feelings that were showing up. And then I was able to get curious about why these feelings were showing up and what are they actually attached to? Because they're not, again, the circumstance that showed up, like once I got the emotion out and the feeling of, that it honestly brought up a feeling of lack and, again, unsupport, like not being supported for me. Once I was able to see, like get those feelings out in a safe way because, without bleeding all over another human, because again, it isn't about anyone else, it's about me and what that story is attached to. So once I got out the feelings, I was able to see the story. Once I was able to see this story, I was able to get curious about what that story is attached to. And then I was able to support myself. So because we've been doing this work, right? I grabbed my mirror and Coralie, I love you. I support you. I'm with you. I am supported. I am loved. The affirmation that we've been really working on is I love and accept myself. So what I was saying is I love and support myself. I love and support myself. I am supported. Just really affirming that I am loved, I am safe, I am supported, right? Because that is the truth. Sometimes two-leggeds are just doing the best they can with what they have. And once I was able to process all of that, it's funny how energetically like another thing showed up that affirmed, the truth. And that is, it's not F.U. Coralie, it's other two-leggeds, or life is going through its own process, and my feelings, while valid, were attached to something that wasn't current. Does that make sense? The feelings, again, while valid, are attached to something that's far in the past, that is not relevant anymore. So I just want to share that that's the process that I went through this morning before I'm here now doing this mirror work. And I share that because I think that while we're doing this work, it doesn't mean that the things are not still coming up, that there aren't still those attachments. One of the intentions that I set every day is, Creator, I set the intention to judge nothing that occurs. Instead, I intend to be curious about everything that occurs and aware of the frequency that I am tuned into, right? And also my emotional attachment. Like, what is it that I am attached to? So not only, it starts with what frequency am I tuned into? And then I get to be curious about, why am I tuning into that frequency? What is that attached to? What story is that attached to? And how can I support myself through that so that I can rewrite the story to be a more true and accurate story, right? When we write these stories, a lot of them are created when we are quite young. I think that they're really solidified in there when a lot of times when we're teenagers. And so again, these stories are not attached to something, or our emotional reaction to what's happening isn't an emotional reaction to what's happening in real time. It's attached to something way further back. And even though when we feel like, when we're going through a trigger like that, it can feel very overwhelming, regardless how big or small the trigger is. It can feel very overwhelming and very like your heart racing, you're feeling very out of control. But again, just remembering that the truth is like that, the truth is that it's not happening anymore. Whatever it is that we're attached to, right? It's not happening. So I hope that my ramblings make sense. But yeah, that's just the experience that I had this morning. Again, I like to be honest about, for me, it's important because, again, I know that in my journey, far too often, the people that I looked up to, it's scary to be vulnerable and share those real-time stories because, A, while we're in it, it's not necessarily positive to share. And B, if we can, sometimes it just feels like, especially if we're, in the air, in a space of helping others along their journeys, it can feel like, but I have to be perfect, right? And again, when I would see these stories of perfection, these people's like that, just they're doing it and they don't seem to struggle. For me, that was the story that I created, that, oh, well, they're not struggling. So what's wrong with me, right? And now I know that's not the truth at all. Everybody's struggling, right? Like, we're all going through this human experience. And I'm really learning to stop putting people on pedestals, because we are all but pitiful two-leggeds. We're here to learn. Every single one of us are here to learn. And just because somebody puts themselves out there, or, you know, seems like they're more on their aligned path, doesn't mean that they didn't struggle to get to that path, or, you know, they didn't have to work really hard to heal, or, you know, all of those things, or that they're not still a two-legged who experiences hard days, or not even just a full day. Like I said this morning, I had to really vent in my journal and go through that. So, you know, and again, once I was able to get that out, then I was able to see through eyes of acceptance and have a little bit more clarity and wisdom, you know, about the reality of the situation, which is, we're all just doing our best, you know, and that I am taken care of and supported, you know, and we all are. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. So today we're going to go through loving our inner child, part 1. So today we look beyond the adult us and see into the mirror. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Just going to rewind that. Today we look beyond the adult us. Sorry. One more time. Today we look beyond the adult we see in the mirror and meet our inner child. This is a very important day in our mirror work. Let's take our mirrors and look deeply into our eyes. Look beyond the adult you see in your mirror and greet your inner child. Can you see them? Over on the fireplace, I have a picture of little Coralie. Can you see them? They're still in there. You're so precious. It doesn't matter how old you are, there is a little child within you who needs love and acceptance. If you are a woman, no matter how self-reliant you are, you have a little girl inside of you who is very tender and needs help. If you are a man, no matter how self-confident you are, you have a little boy inside you who craves warmth and affection. And I mean, so I just have to add that if you do not identify with either of those, it's just identifying with the little person who's looking back at you. And all of us, it's not about being a man or a woman. It's about, we are humans and we have little humans inside of us. And those little humans crave warmth and affection. And they deserve warmth and affection. When you look in the mirror, do you see your inner child? Is this child happy? What is this child trying to tell you? Is your inner child happy? What are they trying to tell you? Every age you have been is within you, in your consciousness and your memory. As a child, when something went wrong, you tended to believe that there was something wrong with you. Children develop the idea that if only they could do everything right, then their parents would love them and wouldn't punish them. Often we turn off or tune out around the age of 5. We make that decision because we think there is something wrong with us and we're not going to have anything to do with this child anymore. There is a parent inside us as well. And for most of us, this inner parent is scolding the inner child almost nonstop. Maybe, I don't know about you, but this is already bringing up a lot. The tears are right there. If we listen to our inner dialogue, we can hear the scolding. You can hear the parent tell you that you are doing wrong or that you are not good enough. So way back in childhood, we began a war with ourselves and started criticizing ourselves the way our parents criticized us. You're stupid. You're not good enough. You don't do anything right. This constant criticism became a habit. Now, as adults, most of us either totally ignore that child within us or belittle the child in the same way we were belittled in the past. We repeat this pattern over and over. Every time you feel scared, realize that the child within you is scared. The adult isn't afraid, yet it has disconnected and isn't there for the child. The adult and the child need to develop a relationship with each other. How do you connect with your inner child? The first step is getting to know the child through your mirror work. Who is this child? Why is this child unhappy? What can you do to help this child feel safe and secure and loved? Talk to your inner child about everything you do. I know it may sound silly, but it works. Let your inner child know that no matter what happens, you will never turn away from it or leave it, but will always be there for it and love it. All your inner child really wants is to be noticed, to feel safe, and to be loved. If you can just take a few moments a day to begin to connect with the little person inside of you, life is going to be a lot better. Let's affirm, I am willing to love and accept my inner child. So look in your mirror and affirm, I am willing to love and accept my inner child. One more time. I am willing to love and accept my inner child. I am willing to love and accept my inner child. I also just want to say that sometimes things weren't said to us. I know this can hinder people if they do have inner child work to do, because I think most of us do. However, a lot of times, maybe things weren't said directly to us, but like I said in yesterday's video, that sometimes these things were just were implied, right? Sometimes they were said around us. Sometimes they were said to the people we love. Sometimes maybe if we grew up in a household where there was abuse, maybe, seeing one of our parents abuse another parent, or seeing one of our parents being abused, or even seeing one of our parents or someone abuse others, we could still internalize those messages. And again, not even saying it was that. But Gabor Mate talks about attunement and attachment. And sometimes our belief that we're not good enough or not enough, or that we're not supported or loved, could have come from, you know, a break in that attunement, in that in us attuning and attaching to our moms or our parents, you know, from very young, right? Not even around age 5, but, you know, if, for example, our moms were experiencing postpartum depression, or, you know, maybe there was things that were going on as we were developing, and again, we could have internalized some of these messages, you know, and our parents were acting unknowingly. They're not even, not bad parents, you know, they weren't abusing us, they weren't saying these ugly things. Again, sometimes these messages could have just been developed by, you know, feeling the frequency and vibration that we were in. If there was a frequency of fear, or, you know, hate, or just things like that. So really get curious about, it's not always just about someone said something to us. However, a lot of times those messages, like, I'm so stupid, a lot of times those specific messages are coming from something that was said to us. And as we're going through this process, it's really important to make sure that we understand that as we're going through this, this is not about becoming or remaining victims or in that state. It is about just getting clear on, we're just getting this stuff out. We're just getting this stuff out. We're not blaming anybody. We're not shaming anybody. Especially, this is an important message to remember when it comes to, you know, maybe our parents did say some of these things to us. Maybe we don't even remember. Maybe, you know, it was a handful of times, but it was the time that kind of just set the rest in motion, right? What's wrong with you? Something like that, you know. Just like thinking about these messages, like, yeah, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with your head? You know? And again, that might not be you're stupid, but that could be internalized as you're stupid. Does that make sense? So really be mindful. And, you know, we might sometimes want to get defensive about our parents. Well, no, my parents never said that to me, or no one ever said that to me. And I understand where that would come from, because we love our families, we love our parents, and we don't want to blame them. We don't want to, you know, shame them. We don't want to make them wrong, because we love them, right? And just bringing these things to light doesn't mean that we don't love them. And it doesn't mean that they're bad parents or bad people. It means that they're human, and we're all just doing the best we can. So I just wanted to reiterate that and make that distinction. So yeah, let's do the mirror work. So we're going to find a photo of ourselves when we were about 5 and tape the photo to the bathroom mirror. So I'm going to pause this because I have a photo right there. So if you have a photo, that's amazing. However, I understand not everyone does, but do the best that you can. If you do not have a photo, just really like visualize, see in your mind's eye that child, that beautiful, precious child. Here's my photo. There's little Coralie. Oh my gosh. Do we look the same? Oh my God, we do. Oh, what a precious little angel. Honestly. Okay. Moving on. I'm gonna put my photo right there. Oh, so cute. So I want you to look at that photo for a few minutes. What do you see? Do you see a happy child, a scared child, a miserable child? What do you see? And remember, if you don't have a photo, I want you to just close your eyes and visualize your 5-year-old self. What do you see? So I'm going to pause this. Let's take it a few minutes. Okay, so talk to your inner child in the mirror. You can look at the photo or even look into your own eyes, whichever feels more comfortable for you. If you had a nickname as a child, use this nickname. Use this name as you speak to your inner child. What works really well is to sit in front of the mirror, because if you are standing, as soon as difficult feelings start to come up, you might be tempted to run out the door. So sit down, grab a box of tissues, and start talking. Open your heart and share your innermost thoughts. When you are finished, say these affirmations. I love you, dear one. I am here for you. You are safe. Okay. So I managed to not cry, but that is a lot. It's hard. So day 8, journaling exercise. Because we're on day 8. Like, yay us. I am so proud of us. Because this mirror work is really hard. There's a lot of resistance that comes up. For this exercise, you will need crayons, colored pencils, or markers, colored markers. Number 2, using your non-dominant hand, the one you don't write with, draw a picture of yourself as a child. Be creative. Number 3, tape the drawing to your bathroom mirror. Number 4, look at the picture and begin talking to your inner child. Number 5, ask your child the following questions and write the answers in your journal. What do you like? What do you dislike? What frightens you? What do you need? What can I do to make you happy? Close your eyes and take a few minutes to reflect on what you've learned about your inner child. And our heart thought for day 8. I embrace my inner child with love. Take care of your inner child. It is the child who is frightened. It is the child who is hurting. It is the child who does not know what to do. Be there for your child. Embrace them and love them and do whatever you can to take care of their needs. Be sure to let your child know that no matter what happens, you will always be there for them. You will never turn away or desert them. You will always love them. So we're going to do the meditation. Let go and relax. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose And on your exhale, close your eyes. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and allow your body to completely relax. Let your attention move to your toes and allow them to go completely limp. Now relax your insteps, your heels, and your ankles. Let your feet become heavy. Allow this relaxation to move up your calves and into your knees. Continue to move this warmth and relaxation into your thighs, feeling them become heavier. Now let your hips and your buttocks relax. Allow your waistline to release, and then feel the peacefulness move up into your chest, expanding through your collarbone and into your shoulders. Allow your upper arms to let go. Let your elbows relax. Let your lower arms, wrists, and hands relax. Let the last of the tension move out through your fingertips. Let your neck relax, and then your jaw, your cheeks, and all the muscles around your eyes. Let your forehead and scalp relax. Let go, let go, let go, and relax. You can take a deep breath in and release. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to this space. And yay, we did it! Day 8. Yay us. We did some of that. Okay, here's teenager Coraline. She also needs lots of love. Ugh. We did it. I love you. I hope that you have a beautiful day. And just remember to be gentle with yourself. Be gentle through this process. And just love that precious little angel inside of you. And show them grace always. And remember, when those old tapes start playing, or those old messages start playing over, they're not real. Love yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.